You're calm?
Yeah.
Doug, how can you be calm? All the stuff that's going on, I know you love politics, and I know you've got all this great... I read your rant. You were nuts. I saw the veins sticking out. That picture of you is scaring little kids all over Santa Clarita as we speak.
Yeah, you're right.
What's wrong?
I'm calmed down. I'm staying calm today.
Oh, I know what this is.
What?
It's a Doug shutdown, isn't it?
That's right.
Doug is on his own shutdown.
If the government can shut down, Doug can shut down.
You have shut down all non-essential body functions.
Right. And I'm just chilling.
Scary.
I'm just chilling.
That's not good, Doug.
Yeah, well, you got to carry the show.
I'm carrying. No, this is not the John show. Although we could make it that if you want to just take off. That's fine.
What would you like to discuss about Obama and the government?
I'm so not going to get. We're so not going to do this, Doug.
What?
Look at me for a second here. Okay, I know this is radio, but take a look.
What?
Obamacare.
Mm-hmm.
Government shutdown.
Yeah.
Debt ceiling.
Yeah.
Come on. It's all there. Let it out.
It's making me freaking crazy.
There you go. That's the Doug we know and love. There's no shutdown.
Did you hear about, I think my wife got a Facebook, and this guy had tried to go on and sign up for Obamacare, and it was going to be more expensive than what his regular insurance was, so he told him that, and he got an email back saying that if he didn't do it, they were telling him how much the fine was going to be, and they were also telling him, and if you don't pay the fine, and they gave him all the rules and regulations, how the interest would accumulate on the fine.
I heard even something better than that.
What?
One of the guys tried to signed up, and then found out he was eligible for Medicare, and actually got Medicare, got insurance for free.
Yeah.
So it's like, come on.
Yeah.
But this is the law of the land, Doug.
Okay, I have a question. If it's a law of the land, how come he was able to take certain parts of the law of this land and do away with them for a year?
Because he's emperor.
You can't do that.
He's czar.
That goes against the Constitution.
Yeah.
When a bill is passed, you have to, if you want to change it, the Congress has to change it.
Exactly.
The president can't make arbitrary changes to a law.
There's the Doug we know and love. It's Schoolhouse Rock. I'm just a bill. I'm sitting in Capitol Hill, and I get signed into a law. There's no, it's signed into a law, and we're going to pick and choose the parts that we enforce.
And you know what else is bugging me? I just heard it before we went on the air on the news, and the president was on saying you can't hold a gun to America's head making these decisions. And
of course you can.
And Reid said the other thing the other day. Harry Reid said you can't hold a gun to our heads when we negotiate.
Of course you can.
What gun? I want to know what gun he's talking about.
They don't have a gun because the gun control that they're trying to pass.
Oh yeah,
it's not an assault weapon. It's not even a handgun. It's a registered handgun with no bullets.
But what's this gun they're talking about? And you know what else is bugging me? I don't care what, and I don't get it. Maybe I just don't get it. Maybe I didn't study history or civics that well. But the Congress or the House is trying to pass piecemeal legislation to fund crucial parts of the government.
Well, wait a minute.
Wait. So they want to say, okay, let's fund the military, let's fund food stamps, let's fund Social Security, whatever. Let's turn John's phone off. What's wrong with that? And they keep saying, you can't do that. It's got to be a clean bill. It's got to be all or nothing.
Well,
I have a question. Why?
No.
Explain it to me, John. You're a lawyer.
More importantly, what does this government shutdown do? The budget crisis. What do? They shut down non-essential government entities and expenditures, right? Why do we have non-essential expenditures? Why do we have non-essential government services?
In the first place.
Shouldn't the government provide, essential services?
Yeah.
That's
what were you telling me about Israel's constitution?
I was doing some research online the other day, and I found out that Israel, they've never had a government shutdown. You know why they don't have government shutdowns? If they don't pass a budget, automatically, within 30 days, okay, the budget becomes 1/12 of what it was last year.
That's not very much.
But on a monthly basis. Okay, so if you don't pass a budget,
that would be a problem.
Our budget for 1 month is 1/12 of what it was last year. It doesn't change. Why not? What's wrong with the budget we had? Why do we have to pass a new budget each year? But aside from that, in 6 months, if they don't pass a budget in Israel, everybody's up for re-election.
Really?
Yeah. Can you imagine that here?
Okay, now how would this scenario be playing out in Washington right now if that was true?
Well, let's see. We'd have a budget. It would all be open. And there'd be elections coming up, and everybody'd be running. That's the problem with us. We've got too many people who are too comfortable in what they do, being an elected official.
But you know what the biggest problem of all this, John, is, and we talked about this in show prep, is the debt ceiling that comes up in a couple weeks. and how this country, how can you be 16, 17 trillion dollars in debt, running a deficit like that, and just act like nothing's wrong, and you're going to keep functioning, and you want to be Santa Claus to the whole everybody. How can this go on, John? Tell me how it can go on.
That's the scariest part of all. Okay,
but why don't people see it?
Well, people aren't really savvy about this.
What would have to happen for people to get shaken to their core?
That's the biggest thing. Well, people are gonna. This is what's going to happen. People are going to take all their money out of the stock market, and what do they do when you do that? Stock market's going to go down. Your broker is going to tell you to buy bonds. You know who's going to default on those bonds?
Who?
The government, because they should not raise the debt ceiling. They should They should cut spending. It's like going to your dad. Hey, Dad, I blew my allowance. Can I have more? Who's going to do that? Call your credit card company and say, I know I'm maxed out, but I'd like.
I did. You know what they said? They said no.
Yeah. There's no restraint. There's no clear understanding of how the system works. I mean, my gosh, Pelosi, I think, said we have to delay implementing Obamacare so we can read the bill. You voted for it. How can you vote for something and not read it?
Sounds like
I'm starting to sound like Doug, aren't I?
Sounds like a city council line, though.
I'm starting to sound like
there.
Doug.
That's not.
Yeah, we're not going there. Doug. We're not going there. We're not going there. All right. Well, you've been listening to. I'm going to change it to the John Show because no, you've been listening to the Gazette Radio Hour with Doug and John on AM 1220 KHTS, Santa Clarita's hometown station. We'll be right back.